My brain is everywhere this morning. But anyway, good morning. It's Marissa from Marissa. For everybody watching the replay, I always like to give you guys my book club book information just in case anybody does watch the replay and they're looking for a spicy book club to join where it's pretty much all women. I'm not sure I have any. I think I have a dude in the book club, but he's pretty chill, so that works. But our book club book of the month is Bulletproof by K.M. Monterova, and it's actually pretty good. Well, I say that, but I have not picked it back up. So I don't know if it's good or not. But we chose it for our May book. If you are interested in a book club that is very much meant for like spice and smut and all of that, you can join mine. I have a link in my bio. Hello, the only MK. Hello, Zany. How are we doing? How's everybody doing today? I hope we're doing good. I'm glad you're here. I was hoping that some of my regulars would show up. I was just giving out the book club book information. You doing good, the only MK? Good. Any good reads lately? Hello, Lucky. Hey, I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you guys in here this morning. I am kind of discombobulated. I'm not even gonna lie. I woke up and I kind of forgot why I woke up, and then I realized all the things. Nothing good, really. The only MK. Fair. Hey, Bigfoot the Myth. How you doing? I saw your comments earlier. I'm glad you're here. Um, so the only MK has not read anything good recently. Is anybody else read anything good recently? I'm still trying to read our book club book. It's not going very well. I've read like I think 4 chapters and I haven't picked it back up. Oh, I lied. I read 5 chapters and I haven't picked it back up. You're good, Zany Draws? I'm glad you're good. I kind of want to get another book, but like I'm so tired of books that just aren't good. To be honest. Lucky, this book was so good. It was good. Zany, I wrote something. Would you like to see it? I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it, Zany Draws. Bigfoot the Myth, how am I? I'm okay. I think I'm just very tired and busy. Life is a lot at the moment. That's pretty much how that is. Thank you, Zany Draws. LMK Random. When you're reading a book series and one of the books and on a cliffhanger, isn't it just like nice in the book? Yes, it's already finished. Like they just popped in my head. Yes. The LMK, I agree with you. I hate leaving. Like, oh my god. So I I'm a huge fan of Blood of Hercules and Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Moss, and I'm so sad because we don't know we don't have the third book yet, and we left off with such a big like gap to fill. And so I love it when the series are already out. Like there was a book series I basically sped through because all the books are already out, and that was the Dragons of Ember Hollow series by Tessa Hale. All the books were out, so as soon as I was done with one, I just ordered the next one. I was like, yep, this is happening. Lucky. How's my health? I think we're okay. Physically wise, we're good. Mentally, we're trying to remind ourselves that like we don't need to burn out. That's a struggle, but we're working on it. Bigfoot the Myth. Oh, Wi-Fi was off all day yesterday. Couldn't do anything and had nothing downloaded. Ooh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, we had a big storm last night, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna take out my Wi-Fi or my power. So I was really glad that it didn't, because I hate missing my lives. But I hate it when like your Wi-Fi goes out and then you can't even do anything with it. And like in my area, when my Wi-Fi goes out, you're supposed to still have your cell service, and lately that also goes down. So that's a problem. But yeah, I hate when your Wi-Fi goes out because then it's like, what are you supposed to do? Although I would read, but you know, fair enough. Um, yeah, life is living. We're gonna go to the gym later and play pickleball. They have a punching bag I really like to use, but I don't have all of my proper stuff for it. Okay, who's scared of the hantavirus? Yeah, so I keep hearing about this hantavirus thing. You're so scared, DLMK? I am more, to be honest, I wasn't any type of freaked out about it until certain figures in leadership was like, oh yeah, we have this under control. That made me more scared than anything else I've heard. I have heard it's harder to transmit between people. I think it has a higher death rate, but I think it's been harder to transfer. My God, I can't even talk. Transfer to other people. So, I think everybody just needs to make sure they're taking care of their health. And if somebody's sick, maybe just don't go near them. Yeah, that's all I've heard because I've seen a few nurses and like doctors talk about it, and the one I saw was like, obviously this is a thing, but I'm not too whatever about it. So I was like, okay, feeling okay. At least I'm like very far away from where the hantavirus is. Yes, distance also helps with that. So let's go. Bigfoot the myth. Oh, I was sick still. A bit sick. It's flu. Don't worry. Okay. But also haven't felt like reading for a while. Yeah, I can understand the reading. I'm glad you're feeling better, by the way. Or maybe you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, books lately just are not like I try to be open-minded about new authors and new books, but like then I have the books I really like, and so it's hard for me to like go to somebody else's imagination and see if I like theirs the same. Um, but yeah, no. But like the book slumps are so real. I have so many books on my TBR, but every time I think about reading them, I'm like, are you really gonna be good? Or is this just another person who's out here writing a book because like that was what they thought they were supposed to do? Because like sometimes that's how books read. I'm not even gonna lie. Like somebody was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. And it's not good. Like I have a book I just could not finish. It was I think was it a book club book? I don't know if it was a book club book or not, but it was actually horrible. Caging Fire by somebody, and like I'm not sure I even made it halfway. Like everybody was too whatever, way too fast. Like the characters met too fast. There was absolutely no like true plot, I feel like. Because everybody just got immediately close and physical, and I'm like, this is not how I like my books to go. And so I was a little disappointed. Bigfoot the Myth. Old author books are the best. Don't know about new ones. Yeah. I like some newer authors, but other newer authors just like don't hit the spot, you know? And I feel like there's definitely an oversaturation of like people who will publish books because that's like the thing to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to judge anybody who's trying to make money or start out as a writer. We live in a capitalist society. You gotta do what you gotta do to like pay your bills, but we also have maybe decent books come out of it. Maybe. Who knows? And it's so bad because like my brain has so many ideas for like different book ideas, and I just can never get them out on paper. And so anybody who does actually publish anything is kind of cool, but then I do judge a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely judge a little bit because I'm like, no, I could do it better. And then if I go try to do it, it is not better. It reads like trash, and I have literally no idea how or why. And that's, yeah. Desmond, House of Leaves is a strange one, but one of your favorites. Okay, I will add it. Is it what genre is it? Is it like murder mystery, thriller? It sounds like a murder mystery or thriller type book. Sounds kind of cool. I'm gonna add. I have a couple books I gotta add to my list because I keep getting Rex, and my list is growing and at a very concerning rate. But I appreciate everybody's Rex, so I will be adding that to it because I love ebooks. Yeah, I thought about reading different genres. I don't mind my genre, but it's kind of like boring at this point. Like I don't hate it, I love it, but I just feel like I've read so many books with it. It's hard for me to go, oh, this is fantastic. So I might try a different genre. I'm gonna work more on my flowers this morning because we have two. And then we could have 3 and 4, and then I'm gonna make one in the middle that spreads out. You know, like the Rapunzel flower in Tangled. I'm gonna try to do something like that. I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about, but it's fine. It's fine. How is everybody's week going in general, though? Is it going good? I feel like time lately is just very weird. Like, it's what? Today's May 14th? Like, we're already almost halfway through May. And I don't like that. I feel like time is just not great. You know, okay, kind of bad, but good. Fair. I hope your week gets better. Desmond. Like liminal mystery, okay, but also has some multimedia aspects that are pretty cool. Well, I will be adding that to my list, Desmond. Thank you. Bigfoot the Myth. Yeah, I know it's like I just published a book on my experience with a car, is the kind of stuff people publish or something else, and then there's the happy ending where nothing happens. Literally. Yes. That yes, I agree with you 100%. The only okay, my friend came back from the UK. Hey, that's pretty cool. Did they have, is it like a vacation from the UK or something? But either way, that's pretty cool. Bigfoot the Myth, and it's like, bro, why'd I read this bullshit? Yeah. I know, like I've been so like, okay, so there's a book I actually kind of enjoy, but the ending is like doesn't make sense and it reads exactly like the author said it would. So the book is called Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Powers, and it's a very weird book. Very weird. It's kind of like paranormal mixed with mystery, family secrets, just weird stuff, okay? And the ending was not at all how I thought it would end. And the in the author's notes, she was like, "Yeah, I rewrote this ending a couple times." I'm like, "It reads like you rewrote it a few times." I'm like, "This does not read like this was the first actual concise thought." MK, yeah, vacation. She was gone for a month. Wow, month in UK sounds pretty cool. But I'm glad she's back. That's awesome. Yes, yeah, the book was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you love that sort of stuff, Big the Myth. Good. It's pretty good. She's another one I have not finished. I really want to, but every time I tried to read it, I was a little younger. And it definitely has a bit more adult language, so I want to read that. And that's Wild Girl is by Rory Powers. It has a lot of themes in it, and I gotta read it. I gotta actually read it this time. You don't believe in paranormal, but still love it. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about paranormal, but reading it's pretty fun. I can read it sometimes, but I can't watch it. I'm a little weird when it comes to that. You just joined. Hello, Linda Spencer. How are you? We are just talking about books and life and everything. And my channel most of the time is about spice books and just fictional characters. So that's what we do here. Bigfoot the Myth. I just find it fun. It is fun because like you get to see different ways of thinking about paranormal from different people, and it's just kind of cool. I can definitely read paranormal. Watching it, I have a harder time just because like I love the idea of watching it, but my brain isn't about that life. So there's that. But reading it's pretty good. I was trying to think of other ones. I had this one's definitely not paranormal at all, but it was still good. It had to do with like Vietnam type war situation, and it was I read it in my school library, which is insane because there's a lot of themes in there that I don't think a seventh grader should have been reading, but it was good. It's about this kid who was like captured into this camp and was forced to serve this military, and he was forced to be like a cook, a band player, a whole thing. And at one point he's like cooking somebody's liver for these people. It's very weird, but a very good book. Biff you love watching people do stupid stuff in the ghost game. I forgot the name of. Phasmophobia. Okay. Yeah, stupid people in horror things or paranormal things really annoy me. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, bro, it's like, ooh, we heard a weird noise in the basement. Let's go check it out. Why would you do that? Why would you go check out a weird whisper or a weird noise that does not sound normal in the basement? Why don't we just call what's their faces, the freaking Ghostbusters, okay? Why do you have to go in the basement and figure out what little scary creature is down there? And then the ones who have the opportunity to run away or run to safety and literally do the opposite, I just want to stab them half the time and just end their miserable lives because I'm like, bruh, you had one job and you couldn't even do it. My mom is always like, people need to pick up the weapons when they like, you know how a lot of people when they're in fight scenes or whatever, like the weapon gets dropped and like no one picks it up. It's like, yeah, you gotta collect all the things so that you can fight your ghosts and enemy demons and all of that. And I feel like a lot of people just don't. And it's like, bruh. Yeah. Oh, lights it out. Let's call out and go look at the danger. Literally, Bigfoot. I'm like, bruh, we can make smarter choices and that would be good. Okay, even if the person has a weapon, they never use it for some reason. Like, what the heck? Yes, like they'll have like the best weapon ever. They'll find like random example that actually hasn't happened, at least not that I'm aware of. Some dude gets like a wizard staff and is like, nah, I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna use my hands instead. Bruh, you have. Yeah, I can't. People are so whatever. Yes, do stupid things like touch a cursed dolls. Literally, Bigfoot. I'm like, so we thought this was a good idea because, like, I can't. Or fumble so bad. Yes. Yes. Well, and then, like, half the time, I feel like in some, like, horror movies or paranormal movies, there's, like, a slight bit of romance between a character or something, and then that character dies. Like, one of them dies, and it's, like, a whole sacrificial thing. Like, I'm gonna sacrifice my life for you. Dude, we could have ended this entire thing by reporting this to somebody else and leaving the territory, and it's like, I don't need you to no one needs them to sacrifice anybody's lives for each other, okay? We just need to leave the scary ghost lady alone and go do something else. So yeah, like I'm just like I can't ever with some of these things. Like have you guys seen the trailer? I'm not watching it to be clear, but have you seen the trailer of the horror movie thing where this monkey chimpanzee thing becomes like hostile? Like there's this family, rich family, that has this pet. I don't know. I think it's a gorilla. It's in that monkey family, and he like gets bitten by something, and it turns him like very hostile and very whatever. And now he wants to murder his owners. It looks very creepy, and I do not want to watch it. Every time I see the trailer, I cry a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just like, bruh, did we have to make monkeys scary? Like they already have stuff. We didn't have to do this to them. So I don't know if anybody else has seen that trailer. It's a bit terrifying. I'm not even gonna lie. Freaks me out every time because he also like talks through an iPad, and so he's like saying scary stuff, but it's like through his iPad. It's weird. You think it actually happens in real life, Bigfoot? Ooh, that's even worse. That's even worse. I can't even. Yeah. I just think, and this is one of the other things that I have a hard time with, is when people try to have pets that I just don't think are supposed to be pets. Like, I wouldn't, I don't feel like you're supposed to have a chimpanzee or a gorilla as a pet, respectfully. Like, I just think there are some things that you could probably leave alone and leave it in the nature, and that would probably be okay. Random information, you know? Hey, I'm all about random information. And they can't swim, yes. That would make sense because at some point in the trailer, all the people are like, get in the water, he can't swim. So that would make sense. Water is safe, except for the fact that if you're in the wilderness, there might be crocodiles in the water. And then you might get eaten. And we don't want that. But we love the random fun facts. They have too much muscle to float? Oh, well that's a new one. I didn't know that was a thing. They're just so buff they can't swim. That's actually a fun fact. I really like that one. I'm gonna steal that and randomly tell somebody that today. So thank you for my new fun fact of the day that I'm going to tell somebody. It's all fast. Well, it's the things that can swim and the things that can't swim is just always so interesting. Well, and it has any. I think it's. Oh God, I gotta remember. I think it's crocodiles. Maybe alligators have it too, but I think it's crocodiles that have the whole death roll thing. And like on land, it doesn't look as scary, but I feel like in the water, that is terrifying. And I'm like, nope. You know a bunch of facts, Bigfoot? Well, look at you. I feel like you probably win trivia. Do you ever play trivia or Jeopardy? And I feel like if you do, I feel like you like win a lot. Because random facts is literally the key to winning those things, I swear. Oh my God, I was playing one a couple, like last summer, and I was with my brother's friends, and the question was, what is the most common type of string cheese, I think, in America? And I was like, it's mozzarella. And my team went, it's American cheese. I'm like, American cheese doesn't come in a string cheese, guys. But, you know, and I was right. But yeah, they let their food rot in logs and lakes so they can digest it better. Dang, bro. Crocodiles? Okay. That's scary. Just walks around, finds a random log full of rotting food so that a crocodile can just have a better feast. That's kind of some insane stuff right there. I can't even. That's interesting. Yeah, every time I've held a baby alligator before. His name was French Fry. I got to kiss him on the nose. It was uber cute. I have the picture somewhere, actually. Now I gotta find it and post it because it did happen and it was super cute. Or alligators. Got you. I know. The only way I remember like the difference between them at all, and literally has nothing to do with their facts, is like the way they look. So like crocodiles have a rounded nose and face, while alligators are more pointed. And the only reason I actually remember that is because Crocs, like the shoe company, is based off of a crocodile's curve. So that's the only way I remember like what they look like different wise. Because for a while I got them very confused. I always thought crocodiles were alligators and alligators were crocodiles. But yeah, that's how you know Crocs are, and then alligators, which makes sense because like croc starts with C, so it's like a little C, and then alligators are an A, and it's like makes a little A. I don't know. Yes, snout. That is the word I'm looking for. They have a more curved snout. I love it's. I love nature. It's very fun. I'm glad I don't live in an area with crocodiles. I'm not gonna lie, or alligators. The biggest threat I have in my area is like bears. We got a lot of bears, and they've been way more active the past couple of years. We have one that likes to hang out on our property and my neighbor's property. And last year he was very active, and he tipped over our trash can, dug through that. He freaks out my mule. My mule is very protective and does not like the bear, and so he's always snorting. And there was a couple of days last summer where the bear was out during the day, like, and that's not normally when we see him. But I was on a walk, like in front of my house, and then I see this big, gigantic, black thing just moving. So I stop walking, and he goes pat. Like he's way ahead of me, but I could see him like cross the road in front of me, and I was like, "Oh, awesome! Glad I wasn't any further down the road." He's pretty big, but he doesn't seem to want to bother people. I think he's just hungry, which would make sense. Bigfoot, you got 101, I can't even, inches Subway Surfers to enrage sister because she downloaded it, so it's motivating her to game. Fair enough. I think my brother would do the same thing. I'm not the biggest gamer, and he tries to get me to a lot, so I can understand. He's all about it. He plays on Xbox, and he does like, I should know. He tells me about his video games, and I forget half of them. I'm not even gonna lie. Halo. I think he did Halo at some point. He's played a lot. There's a lot out there. The only games I've actually enjoyed, like video game wise, is Forza and any of the GTAs. Just because I get to steal cars and it's not real. It's very nice. And then I get to beat up bad dudes. Love it. And then Forza's fun just because like the scenery is cool. The radio station is a whole vibe. Very nice. Yes. Exactly, Bigfoot. Exactly. So those are video games. And of course, I'm also a Sims person. And that just makes sense because like it's one of the only things I've played pretty consistently in my life. I played Sims like 4 and 5. I played SimCity. I'm just pretty whatever. You don't like driving? I'm bad at it. Fair enough. Yeah, no, driving video games are hard. I literally crash the cars pretty consistently. Unfortunately, in GTA, if you crash a car too much, you die, so that's a problem. But in Forza, you can crash that car as much as you want, and it will get replaced, which is fantastic because I love crashing the car. It's just like the crunch is a very nice sound. Yeah, I love it. You never played Sims? It's fun. It's kind of like boring if you are into like more movement and elements of a video game, but I kind of like it because I am one of those people who enjoys pretending to have a little character that does something else, that has a different job, different career. It's fun. Yes, the crunch, Bigfoot. The crunch is very nice. Yeah, but that's my type of video game. Cars or Sims. That's what I got. Oh, well, and then in Sims 5, they like updated a lot of it. So, like, now your sim can get very visibly pregnant. It's very weird. Like, steady pace games. Exactly. I like things that are pretty. I'm not big on. I know it's like a lot of sound effects. I'm not sure that really explained it, but you know, that's just how it is. Boop. We have my flower. It's starting in the corner. I don't know if you can actually see that or not, but we're trying. Because we actually want to finish an art piece for once. I have an unfinished one on my door. I'm probably going to finish that off screen at some point because, like, I really want to finish it. Stardew Valley would be great for you. I will keep that in mind. I've played a couple, like, Star Wars games. So, no. Flowers, thank you. I'm trying to get my little flowers to behave correctly and look all pretty and all that. I kind of took inspiration from, do you guys know what, like, henna is? Like, specifically henna, like, on your hands. And, like, all those designs have, like, little dots. I kind of want to make flowers that look like that, so that's what we're currently doing. I also, at some point, would love to learn how to do henna because, I think I would look good with, like, henna tattoos because they also come off. And I'm not sure I can actually get a real tattoo only because with my eczema, any ink is a little more questionable. So henna tattoos are probably going to be the thing that I do because I think they're cool and they're pretty and they come off, which means I can change them, which is probably good. It's farming and chatting to characters, steady packing. Oh, okay, depending on how you play. That's pretty cool. I love the farm games. There's just like you grow your crops, you collect the crops, you sell the crops, you make money. It's very simple, repeatable process, and I love that. I will check it out because I can. I have the free will to do so, and so I will. Yeah, the only thing, I don't think I actually currently have any games on my phone. I have a lot of like book apps on my phone, for like manga and other comics because I can read comics on my phone. I cannot read just words on my phone anymore. You also have eczema? Yeah. It's not fun. And I have severe eczema, so that's also not fun. And try Slime Ranches 1 and 2. I will add those to my list as well. Yes. Ooh. I used to have SimCity on my phone, which is basically you just build the city that the Sims live in, but it takes forever to actually build one, and it gets harder and harder to build it, and it's just like, never mind. Why am I even trying? It's PC and console. I will keep that in mind too. I like things that are versatile in the platforms that you can use them on. Pretty cool, man. Yeah. My flower has issues. I don't know. I don't know. It's not even. So, yeah, that's me on games. I like them, but I don't play a lot of them. I read a lot more. I have a bunch of books that I read on my phone. Eczema sucked. You scratched my legs really bad. Couldn't bend my leg. Yes. Oh my god. So I was going back through some old videos on my other YouTube channel, and in one of my videos, literally half of my face is just like very red, very itchy. It's kind of like sagging because of how much eczema was on it. And I'm so glad I have not had that again. I had one summer where like the eczema was so bad. I literally could not sleep comfortably, take a shower, or work out for like a solid month because the itching was just like insane. And the only reason we were able to get it down, like to get it away, was we put yogurt directly on my eczema, which actually worked pretty well. So if you ever like need to get your eczema away quickly, get some Faya yogurt, 2%, put that puppy directly on your eczema, wrap it up for like 30 minutes, and then wash it off with cold water gently. That works pretty well, I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, eczema pretty much sucks, Bigfoot. It does, the only MK. It hurts. It's not fun. I have some in my hands, and we were concerned that my eczema is going to turn into like other things because it is an inflammatory situation. And so when I first got it in my hands, we weren't sure if it was eczema or something else, but it's definitely eczema, and it's so annoying. It because then my like sometimes my hands get super hot, like almost feverishly so, and it's just my eczema getting hot. That's like it sucks and it's weird. And then when I try to grip things, it hurts. I get it a lot in my right hands. I have some in my left hand, but yeah, they're just like little red bumps, and like my fingers get swollen and bigger. It's not fun. Oh, it's okay, Amelia. Okay, I appreciate you though. Bigfoot. Yeah, and I was going to school. Apparently, dairy products actually made it worse. Okay, it hurts, but you can't stop scratching dry skin. Yeah, it eczema is a beast, man, and it's worse because it's so unique for everybody. It's very individual. So like there are things that like I will tell people that I do, but for some people that like those solutions wouldn't work because they're either allergic to that or their eczema doesn't like it. Like a thing like rose oil or whatever is supposed to be really good for eczema and like healing. I can't have it. It makes my eczema worse. And like then there's food items like I just refuse to eat because I'll have an eczema breakout like almost immediately after. Like there's a local pita chip company that sells in my town, and I can't have them. I will eat them, and then the next day I will have an eczema patch. It's like I don't know what they put in it, but whatever it is, it's not natural. And that's why my eczema gets mad, because if I eat anything that has a lot of man-made products or has been through such a process that's taken things out and putting things back in or something like that, my body's like, nope, never mind. We're gonna put eczema here. It's very frustrating because like where I work, we're allowed to snack on some of their stuff sometimes, and they have the pita chips, and I can't eat them. I'm like, no. So, but yes, eczema is very frustrating. And when I was diagnosed back in like 2017, and the doctor was like, we can prescribe you a steroid cream, but we don't want you to use it because there are people who will get on the steroid cream and then they can't get off. Like there's actual withdrawal symptoms from like eczema medication. And so we never really stayed on it. Bigfoot, it's genetic, never stopping itches. Yes, I've learned to not scratch itches, and also dishwashing liquid too, so I can't wash dishes. My hands get so itchy. Yeah, it's like I don't know how yours shows up, but like mine, when I scratch it, interestingly, it like will eventually have those little things. You know, like mosquito bites have those crusts when the poison comes out. That's sometimes how my eczema reacts, and I'm like, bruh, what? Hello, one X hit on Telephone Part 2, Lady Gaga and Beyonce out July 3rd. Hey, that's exciting. I didn't even know they were making another one, so let's go. New information. I love it. I will keep that in mind now. Y'all are giving me such good things to keep in mind. I have got to like make sure I write all of it down. Oh my gosh, I finished my first anime last night. I have never really watched anime before, And it's not because I haven't wanted to. I just A, didn't know where to find them, and B, like, we only have one central TV in my house, and so that's like we watch what everybody collectively wants to watch. And so yeah, but I discovered it. I There was an anime that's been advertised to me on my For You page, so I watched it. Pretty good. It was a little more intense than I thought it would be, but it was pretty solid. Yeah, eczema hasn't been bad recently. Good. I'm good. That's good. I'm happy. I know where you can watch anime on your phone. Yes, I would like to know. And is it free? Because dub and sub. Okay, I will make sure to look at that because I was trying to find apps to like watch it for free, and there's a lot out there, but I was like, I don't know who to trust. And what I ended up doing for this one, I ended up buying the episodes for this anime because I guess there was a whole issue with like where they were putting their work, and so they ended up putting it on a site that took me a hot second to figure out how to use. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I bought each of their episodes, and it was a short series, but it was a good series, and I'll probably watch it again, but like 6 months from now, because I'm gonna need a second to recover. It was pretty good, but it was very intense. So yeah, but I will check out that app because I think I'm probably gonna watch a little more now. It's pretty cool, and I've been saving like Rex in my Instagram, and I'm like, oop, added another one. So I definitely need to check them out and actually watch them because like they look kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie, like the art is cool, the storylines are cool, the fictional characters, of course, are cool and hot, and so yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. So I'm even more excited because I'll have people who will be like, "What's your favorite one?" And I'm like, "I don't know, I don't watch any." But now I can be like, "Actually, I do watch some." So the excitement's real. Um, do you have a favorite one, Bigfoot? I feel like I'm assuming you've watched some. Do you have a favorite one? Do you like them? These are the questions I want answers to. Bum, bum, bum. We're finishing up my flower, and it's fantastic. Oh, look at that. Another corner flower. Boom. We only have one more corner, guys. One more corner, and then we can do the middle flower. And we're probably going to do the middle in, like, Sharpie because it's easier. John Williams, hello. Am I trained in the Jedi arts? No, but I wish I was. I wish I was. I don't have a lightsaber. I have a weird-looking sword thing, but do not have a lightsaber. And I never was taught by anybody with anything. So, wish I could say I was, but I do not. You think, Bigfoot? Fair. Fair enough. We got a flower. Oh. That doesn't look great, but it's fine. Hello, Jedi John. I see we have one with the Force with us. Yes, we do. We feel super honored to have somebody with the Force with us today. I had somebody in a live last week come in and recite a line from Dune, and I was so happy. I actually recognized where it was from because my brother, he's all about Dune, and we watched the movies, and he's read the books, and I was like, Jaden, you would be so proud of me. And I don't know if he actually was in the end, but I was proud of myself for remembering that that's where it was from. Oh my god, well, it's kind of fascinating because my brother, after reading all the Dune books, he's like, this is basically Star Wars, but Dune came out before Star Wars, and Star Wars doesn't have any books. And so there's been a lot of conspiracy on his end that the person who created Star Wars basically looked at Dune and went, yeah, I'm going to do that, but different. Because it's got a lot of similar characteristics. And it's kind of like very parallel, I guess, which makes sense. Because, Bigfoot, yeah. I liked Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Okay. My Hero Academy, Love is War. We are great. Okay. I will add those to my things. Greetings, exalting ones. Yes, greetings, John. We're just here talking about books and life and whatever works for people. I'm drawing flowers, and that's my superpower for today. Shh, don't tell anybody. We were talking earlier about different animals too, and the paranormal. Uh, 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 ba, 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 ba. There we go. John, I missed watching Edward. What is Edward? What is Edward? I don't even know what Edward is. Big Fat, I love Dune. Love the movies. Didn't know about books. Yeah, Dune originally came from a whole book series. I think there's like 5 or 6 books in it, and each movie counts for like 2 books. So I think there's about 6 books. John, you like The Liebird? Fair enough. Oliver, you're reading Stoner right now. Is it good? What type of genre is Stoner? Is it I don't even know. I would try to guess based off names, but I can't always get them. So, what genre is your book, Oliver? I would like to know. Because I'm always looking for something new to read. Bum, 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 bum. Nice. Yes. It is nice. Nice. Bum, bum. I think I don't remember. I go live a lot, and so like my brain is having a moment. But are you guys coffee drinkers? Did I ever ask you that? I don't know if I have or not. But if you're coffee drinkers or tea drinkers, I want to know. Edward is the main character from the Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, got you, John. And what happens in the Full Metal Alchemist? Like, what's it about? I'm assuming it's about an alchemist. But like, what are some specifics? I'm just curious. I'm just a curious potato. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, drawing is like tattooing paper. Yeah. Oliver, it's like a campus novel about someone who becomes a teacher. It's just like telling about his life story. Okay, that's pretty cool. So is it based on Bro's like actual, like, is it based on a real person's life story? Either way, it sounds pretty good. I hope you are enjoying it. Bigfoot, you should try embroidery. Great style reading and haven't done either, but extremely satisfying and calming. Used to do embroidery. So, fun fact for you, I actually do embroider a little bit. I made this a couple years ago, and then I have a whole embroidery kit that's down here somewhere. So I do embroider sometimes. You love coffee and tea. I love tea. I have a tea I drink every morning. It's supposed to help with my anxiety, because who doesn't have crippling anxiety in 2026? It's dark. Yeah. So yeah, I drink tea. I put collagen in it because it's supposed to help with my gut lining for my eczema, because apparently eczema, your gut is the problem, so you have to protect it, you know? Big fan enough, you should watch Fullmetal Alchemist. Not for the faint of heart. Is it like super gory? Like, what's the deal with this Full Metal Alchemist? Okay, it is gory. Yeah, not big into gore stuff, but I'm also like, sometimes I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm still gonna add it to my list just in case I decide to watch it one day here. Ooh, I don't like how this is turning out. Ooh. Boom. Brothers, okay. Oliver, it's fictional, but the locations are real with some embroidery of fiction. I think the author went there in real life. Columbia? Okay, got you. God, why are we so similar? I don't know, man. Human beings are a lot more whatever than I think we give people credit for. I think we're all a little... Oh, crap. I just did this wrong. Oh, well, whatever. Can't fix it now. That's very frustrating. I just made my flower wrong. So we're having a moment of sadness because I didn't add my dots and I went to go do my line. And my line is now going to go over my dots. And that is not the plan, but that's okay. We're just gonna keep rolling with it. Most of my art's chaotic anyway and doesn't really match, so we're just gonna continue with that theme. I mean, not a single one of my flowers actually looks the exact same, so, you know, it's fine. Boop. Just gonna pretend that this is doing something. Boom. There's Igor sacrificial magically cost something to get something. Yes, I love. There was a alchemy book I was reading, and they didn't make any more episodes, which I was kind of sad about. But she was forced to trying to make a full human, which costs a lot of sacrifices of body parts and animals. But yeah, alchemy is one of those things that's kind of interesting because it makes sense that in order to get something, you would have to sacrifice something. I mean, there's always a tit for tat thing. So alchemy in general is kind of cool. One brother loses an arm and a leg, and the other, well, you don't want to spoil, but I want you to spoil. I want to know. So if you want to, you can, because I'm just a curious person, so I'm probably gonna find out one way or another. But yeah, I love alchemy. The idea of alchemy is pretty interesting, because I mean, even I don't know how many of you have watched The Witcher. I've not read the books, but I've watched the TV series, and it's like when what's her face is gone to the whole magic sage tower or whatever, and the teacher's like, in order to get this flower or this rock to levitate, this flower must die. Like, it's a whole trade-off. And so it's always fascinating when people do put that type of balance, if you will, in it, because I mean, it just kind of makes sense that there would be some type of trade, because even in life it takes something to get something, so it makes sense. We are almost done with this flower that I messed up. Dun, dun, dun. It's very weird looking, but it's okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my gosh, guys, we finished all 4 of my flowers. For all 4 corners. How exciting is that? Bigfoot, yeah, pretty much everything you said is what it's about. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, life is alchemy. It really is. Especially because even if you look at money, that's the biggest example I can use, is you pretty much all the time have to trade your money for stuff, whether it's for groceries, bills, or something else, a car, whatever. And even to earn that money, you're trading your time, and the benefits of trading your time is the money. It's a lot. Life is a lot like alchemy. You can make green fire with copper oxide. Dude, I love your random fun facts. That's pretty cool. I've heard that you can make different color fire based on different elements of stuff. My favorite thing, which is not fire, but it's still fun, is that you can blow things up with water and I think it's just sodium, just straight up sodium, and it creates a big explosion, and it's very cool. We blew up a can for science once. Yeah. That's the extent of my knowledge. I always would like to know more about the periodic table of elements and all of that, but I hated that class. I did not enjoy chemistry. My chemistry teacher, he was pretty cool, but definitely a little unhinged, and I think he was depressed. So, there's that. He was very nice. He actually, so I went to an online school for the last 3 years of high school, and he sent me $1 on my birthday. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. So while he was slightly unhinged, he had his good moments. And I did pass his class, which was kind of shocking because I don't think I remember anything good. Like I don't remember much from chemistry other than stuff happens. That's about it. And then physics, I took a physics class which I actually enjoyed, but my physics teacher also was slightly weird, and there were some things I never fully grasped, and I looked that up online for a tutorial, and I would get like the same questions, and I would just find the answers for them because I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, money is imaginary value. Yep, it's used to represent gold, but that has gotten out of hand. I would agree, Bigfoot. I think, well, and it's so funny because, like, I think some people don't realize how much of our daily lives are just like social constructs. Like, we invented currency, we invented um, gender roles, like, we've invented a lot of things that we could also reinvent or think about differently. And as a whole, we just have not done that. But I think so many people kind of like don't realize or think about how much life is really up to us because like so many things are in place we literally created years ago and just haven't changed. I mean, a great example is, I don't know if you all know this, but when the first like 13 colonies were, in America, each of them had their own currency. Like, just imagine 13 different currencies because each colony had a different currency. Weird, bro. And eventually they realized like that's kind of like not gonna work, so they made a national currency. And yeah, but everybody had a different currency for a while, but it just was like so confusing when you got out of state that you'd have to choose a different currency. So, fun facts for you. You don't know much about the things you talk about, just little bits of information I gather from the internet and random people. I mean, hey, fair enough. I very similar. Like, I don't have a very niche topic, but there are things that I know, but like I don't know much about it. I just like you only know little bits of like information and stuff. Although there for a while I was pretty good when it comes to, I watched a lot of 5-minute crafts when I was younger. And there for a while, almost every video I saw, I could be like, yep, I know what this craft is going to be. I'm not sure I can do it now, but there for a while, I was like watching them all the time. I got picked on for it. I don't know why, but like 5-minute crafts was entertaining because they made such weird stuff that doesn't make any sense and could have probably would have been less expensive to just buy. But it was fun to watch them do this weird little thing that they did. I don't know if anybody else has watched 5-minute crafts. And does anybody watch 5-minute crafts? And then there's like other things that they did too. You actually watch a video on how people could genetically modify a real dragon. Okay, it was 40 minutes. You learn a lot about genetic engineering. That sounds like it has a lot of information about genetic engineering. I mean, they brought back a wolf that was like extinct for years. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And so genetic engineering is like really cool, really scary, and just interesting. I think it's very fascinating. Because like people be like, yeah, we're gonna bring back the saber-toothed tiger, and I'm like, it died out for a reason. We don't need to bring that back. Like, there are some things we don't need to bring back. They died out for a reason. Well, it's also like when they do bring these things back, sometimes I think they don't think about that the environment that we have today is so different compared to the environment that a lot of these creatures had years ago, eons ago, whatever ago. We have this thing called pollution and buildings and cities and a bunch of other stuff and climate change that were not really happening like when a lot of these creatures were alive and when they went extinct. So it's just like one of those things like, yeah, we're just gonna place this thing in here. Yeah, I feel like that with movies, serious game, I can sort of guess the pilot who's the bad guys or who will die. Yeah. Yeah, very predictable with some things, that's for sure. And so, yeah, it's all interesting. Ashton, hi, any suggestions for black books? I do not. I'm not sure I read black books. Not sure I don't read black books. Honestly, I don't pay attention to a lot of like my author's heritages. I kind of just pick up a book and go, "Ooh, this is good," and then I read it. I don't know how many authors I read that are black or otherwise, just because I don't pay attention. Bigfoot, it's a direwolf. Yes, yes, that is what that is. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah. That's how I was actually thinking the other day about how much I don't know about the authors I read. Like every now and then I'll go and look them up, but most of the time I don't know the ethnicity of my authors. Bigfoot, saber-toothed tiger's teeth are actually perfect for biting into human skulls. Or at least, cave people in the Ice Age. Literally. Yes, I know. I'm like, there you don't need to come back. There are certain things you do not need to genetically bring back. Ashton, are there very few black books because I don't know, bro. Medi, how do I pick which book to read next? My backing keeps growing. Yeah, you know what? That's a good question. So I have a long TBR. I don't know who doesn't. There's just so many books out there that I want to read. Honestly, I'll just go through my list and kind of go based off of whatever my mood is. Like, I'm kind of a big mood reader. I'm not gonna lie. And so I will just kind of go through my TBR. I'll reread the summaries and decide like, oh, hey, this looks good for today. Or I'll be like, nah, bro, I don't know what I was thinking when I added that to the list. So that's kind of like how I choose which books to read. Bigfoot. From behind, that's how saber-toothed tigers apparently hunted, which makes sense. I think didn't they have pretty quiet paws? They felt, why does it matter who wrote the book? Literally, if it's a good book, it doesn't matter when it comes to books. Exactly. I'm just like, I have book recs. I don't discriminate against authors and what they look like. It's just a book. There's something else I was gonna say though. Oh, dinosaurs. So, random fact I learned about the T-Rex that has actually been like kind of falsely I don't want to say advertised, but that's the only word I can think of in movies, is in movies, a lot of the times, you'll hear, like, big sounds coming from a T-Rex, like their footsteps and the noises they make. In reality, though, apparently, they were one of the most dangerous predators because they didn't make a lot of sound when hunting. Like, you couldn't hear their footsteps, you couldn't hear their breathing. So, like, just imagine you're in the dark, in the middle of somewhere, and then out of nowhere you just sees like two eyes staring at you, and then it eats you because you wouldn't have heard it like coming at you. So, fun fact I learned about T-Rexes, they're actually a lot more dangerous than originally thought. I mean, they are dangerous to begin with, but there's another reason why they're considered an apex predator, because they were pretty quiet and stealthy and would just snatch prey out of freaking nowhere because the prey couldn't hear that coming. Fun fact for you that you didn't even know that you were going to learn this morning. And now you have. And so, you're welcome. And I guess there was another predator out there that was even more dangerous than the T-Rex. I don't remember what it was called, but I guess it had, I think it was bigger than said T-Rex, and was also had a lot more stealth going on. I don't know. Bigfoot, chose 3 at random and go between them with different themes. Don't give yourself too much choice. Yes, otherwise you'll not want to choose because of having too many choices. Yes, with books, 100%. Sometimes I am just like, nope, we're just going to choose this one because it's been at the top of my list. Yes, these padded paws. Padded paws are like the reason, I swear to God, that things are the way they are. In terms of being silent and stealthy. Lions do that? Yeah. There's a lot of stealth features that creatures have, and sometimes I think people don't realize, like, that's what makes them dangerous, because they are a lot more quiet than humans are. Humans are pretty loud, and I don't even know what we're considered in the line of like predator or prey. I think we're a bit of both. Um, but yeah, it's like we do not have all of these stealth features that a lot of these creatures do. And so anytime someone's like, "Oh, I could take on or whatever," I'm like, "Could you? Would you even know where they are? You wouldn't even see them. You'd be too dead because they'd already got you." It's like, bruh. People have quite the confidence level when it comes to certain things. It's like I always find it not to be whatever, but I find a lot of dude bros out there who will be like, "Yeah, I could take on a bear or a lion or a tiger like easily." And I'm like, "Are you dumb, bro? Nah, things you couldn't do easily." People and their intelligence level are always fascinating to me. All right, I've hit my hour mark and I must go because I have to eat breakfast and do my morning chores and then I get to go to the gym. So, gotta say, I live next to Savannah. Well, not really, but I live in South Africa. It's the only bragging I get. I mean, fair enough. Gotta brag where you can, to be honest. All right, I will see you all next live. I'll be going live at least next Thursday, maybe another day. We'll see. But if I don't see you before then, I will see you all next Thursday. I'm super happy that y'all were here, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't die. Don't let anything eat you. Bye.